Hi everyone, welcome back to Fact Lens. We bring you a special fact-check bulletin focusing on viral political misinformation spreading across social media during the ongoing campaigns ahead of the 2026 election. From fabricated spiritual claims to misleading political imagery, our team verifies what's true, what's false, and what remains unproven. Here are the top misinformation stories. We have a new fake front page with a made-up opinion poll. Did Tanzanian soldiers enter Uganda? Real juju, a dogo in an election? Did Bobi Wine really perform juju at a rally? It is claimed that Ssenyonyi received 1.1 billion shillings as a Christmas bonanza. We saw photos of Afande Chituma and Diabakama in full NRM attire. Are the Electoral Commission and police pro-NRM? Aren't they meant to be independent? But did they even wear the NRM shirts in the first place? Stick with us and we will give you the facts. Let's start with a viral image that tried to borrow credibility from a trusted media house. A post circulating on X claimed that Weekend Vision had published a front page declaring that Bobi Wine was leading in a new presidential poll. The image looked convincing. Same newspaper layout, same font, even the right date, November 29th to 30th, 2025. But here is the problem. It wasn't real. The image was shared widely across X, TikTok, and Facebook, suggesting that the government-owned Vision Group had suddenly published poll results, putting Bobi Wine ahead of other candidates. So, we checked. First, we went to the source. Vision Group published the authentic Weekend Vision front page for November 29th to 30th on its official X account at New Vision Wire. And the real headline reads, Museveni leads in new poll, not Bobi Wine. That alone raises a major red flag. Next, we compared both images side by side. They carry the same volume number, same edition number, same date, same price, and identical layout. A newspaper cannot publish two different front pages with the same edition details. Then we looked closer at the design. Everything else is identical: the masthead, side stories, footer, and layout. Only three things changed: the main headline, the main photo, and the poll graphic. That points directly to digital editing, not a genuine publication. Visual analysis also revealed classic signs of manipulation: uneven headline spacing, inconsistent font weight, abrupt image edges, and color blending that doesn't match Vision Group's usual design standards. Finally, we reviewed the actual article inside the newspaper. The poll, conducted by Mash Research Africa, doesn't rank candidates by popularity. It asks respondents how confident they are that their preferred candidate will win. Museveni leads in very confident responses, with Bobi Wine second. Nowhere does the article state that Bobi Wine is leading the rest. So yes, the front page was altered. Here is how you can spot fake newspaper covers online. Check official social media accounts for the real front page. Be suspicious of two covers with the same date and edition number. Compare fonts, spacing, and color consistency. Read beyond the headline. Sometimes the article tells a very different story. A post circulating on X alleged that more than 500 Tanzanian soldiers entered Uganda through Entebbe Airport to protect President Museveni's government. That's a heavy accusation, one that demands evidence. A post appeared on X on December 8, 2025, quickly drawing attention with over 18,000 views, nearly 400 likes, and dozens of reposts and comments. But when we checked, the evidence simply wasn't there. First, we ran keyword searches using the exact wording of the claim. The only results we found were reposts and mirrors of the same original claim. No credible Ugandan, regional, or international media outlet reported anything about Tanzanian troops entering Uganda. Next, we assessed the source. The claim originated from an X account belonging to Fred Lumbuye, an account with a history of sharing unverified and conspiratorial content. Past posts from the same source have circulated as rumors without attribution to official or credible institutions. We then checked official channels. There were no statements from Ugandan authorities, Tanzanian authorities, the military, or any security agency confirming a troop deployment, joint operation, or cross-border movement. In cases involving military activity of this scale, multiple official confirmations are usually unavoidable, non-existent here. We also looked for independent corroboration eyewitness accounts, airport records, credible leaks, or official briefings. Again, nothing. So at this point, the claim remains unverified. There is no credible evidence that 500 Tanzanian soldiers entered Uganda. Here is how you can approach similar security claims online. Treat allegations of troop movements with caution. They usually leave an official trail. Be wary of claims coming from a single source without corroboration. Watch out for intelligence-style language without evidence, especially during election periods. Always look for confirmation from credible media or official institutions. Next, a story that mixed politics with superstition. A post on X alleged that Bobi Wine failed to attract crowds in Luweero, even after what the post described as performing juju. That kind of claim is designed to shock and stigmatize. The post appeared on December 2nd, 2025, pairing a short video and selected images to suggest that Bobi Wine resorted to witchcraft but still drew little support. It quickly gained traction online. So, we checked the evidence. First, we traced the video using reverse image and video searches. We found that the clip showing Bobi Wine dressed in black cloth and being sprinkled with water was not filmed in Luweero at all. It was recorded earlier on November 26th, 2025 in Buikwa district. That's a clear location and date mismatch. Next, we compared visuals from the actual Luweero rally. During that event, Bobi Wine was dressed differently, and footage from that day shows a very different sequence of events from what the post suggests. Some of the images shared were indeed taken in Luweero, but they were captured before the rally officially began and before Bobi Wine arrived at the venue. Later photos and videos from the same event show significantly larger crowds once he arrived. So the claim collapses on two fronts. The video is from the wrong district, and the images were selectively used to hide the full turnout. This makes the claim misleading. Here is how you can spot similar tactics online. Verify where and when the video was recorded. Be cautious of claims evoking witchcraft or rituals. They often rely on fear, not facts. Check whether images were taken before or after the main event began. Look for full event coverage, not isolated snapshots. Cross-check footage from the same day and location. Next is a claim circulating online that alleges secret money changing hands in parliament. A post on X claimed that Joel Ssenyonyi, Uganda's leader of opposition, received 1.1 billion Ugandan shillings Christmas bonanza to distribute to National Unity Platform members of parliament. That's a serious accusation and one that demands clear evidence. The post, shared by the account at Gen Activist UG, attracted over 15,000 views, hundreds of likes, and dozens of replies. But when we checked, the claim did not hold up. First, we searched for independent reporting using the exact wording of the allegation. No credible media house, local or international, has reported any such payment. The only reference to the claim is the original social media post itself. Next, we reviewed official records, Uganda Parliament's website, public parliamentary communications, and Joel Ssenyonyi's verified social media accounts contain no mention of a 1.1 billion Ugandan shillings payment, no Christmas bonus, and no instruction to distribute 20 million Ugandan shillings to MPs. We also assessed the source of the claim. The account that posted it is regularly sharing partisan content critical to opposition figures and provided no documents, payment records, or corroborating evidence to support the allegation. Context matters here. While some parliamentary payments and service awards have been publicly reported and independently verified in the past. This specific claim appears nowhere in credible reporting or official disclosure. So at this stage, the story remains unverified. As Uganda heads to the 2026 general elections, distrust in public institutions is becoming a recurring theme online. One viral post on X now claims that the ruling National Resistance Movement, the Uganda Police Force, and the Electoral Commission are effectively one and the same. The post uses side-by-side images of the Electoral Commission chairperson and a police spokesperson to visually suggest that both institutions are openly aligned with the ruling party. But when we checked, the claim turns out to be misleading. First, let's look at who appears in the images. The individuals shown are Justice Simon Byabakama, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and SCP Rushoka Chituma, a spokesperson of the Uganda Police Force. Both are legitimate public officials performing official duties. Next, we examined the context of the images. The police image comes from a routine Uganda police media briefing where SCP Chituma was providing security updates. The Electoral Commission image originates from a separate press appearance at the EC headquarters where Justice Byabakama was addressing journalists about changes in the nomination dates of the 2026 elections. These were different events held at different times and locations. We then analyzed the visuals themselves. In the viral post, both officials appear dressed in yellow or yellow-tinted attire, colors commonly associated with the ruling party. But in the original footage, that is not the case. Justice Byabakama appears in a formal suit, while SCP Chituma appears in standard police uniform. The yellow coloring seen in the viral images does not exist in the original material and appears to have been digitally added. Using reverse image tools, including PIM eyes, we traced the images back to their original sources. None of the original footage shows either officials wearing NRM colors or engaging in partisan activity. We also searched for corroborating evidence, credible media reports, official statements, or verified footage and found none supporting the claim that these appearances demonstrate institutional alignment with the ruling party. So what's the takeaway? Debate about the independence of public institutions is legitimate, but this specific claim relies on edited and misconceptualized images rather than factual proof. Here is how to spot misleading visual claims about institutions. Don't assume color similarities prove political alignment. Check whether images come from the same event or different contexts. Look for original video footage, not edited stills. Be cautious of side-by-side images designed to imply equivalence. Separate broader political claims to evidence tied to a specific claim. That's all we had time for in Fact Lens this week. But remember, tokola chi, tokola era. Always stop, verify before you share. I am Divine Masinalwanga, and as always, stay curious and question everything. See you next time. Bye-bye.